Welcome back to the channel, guys. Dave from Horizon Fish Keeping, and today we've got an absolute ton of stuff to do. I'm basically doing like a bit of a freelance type of video today, real easy going. We're going to be looking at all the progress from all the fish and all the fish tanks in the fish room, all the breeding projects. We're also going to be doing a review on Nick from Keeping Fish Simple's Bug Buffet, his new food that is released. And also we're going to be doing sort of some algae scraping and pulling out duckweed and all that type of stuff. We've just got one more thing to do before we go into the fish room and check out some of the tanks. So stick around, guys, and I'll see you in a moment. So then, ladies and gentlemen, this is a package that we've received. I got the smallest package because it is very expensive, English to Australian dollar. The exchange rate is absolutely insane. So this package has come from Keeping Fish Simple. So Nick, if you guys know him, I'm sure you will do. If you don't know his channel, Keeping Fish Simple is awesome, brilliant channel. So basically, I've had this shipped in from Australia to the UK. So yeah, it's from Keeping Fish Simple there. I've covered up my address, but yeah, there you go. So this is Bug Buffet, the small packet. It's absolutely packed out, I will say that. It's a 50-gram pouch, so it's in weight, but for this little thing, it's like real packed out. I'm just going to open this now, so we can feed some of the betta fry just in this tank here. So I'll show you a close-up of this feeding anyway, but this is how it comes in a little package. You can see that it's not focusing on my face. If you want to pause it or anything just to have a look at the credentials on the back, you can do. That's up to you. So we'll just get it open. It comes in a nice little Ziploc bag. I like the way it's in a black bag as well. I don't know why, it just looks cool. But yeah, we'll get into this. So this is a real fine powder inside. It's a little bit like, I don't know if it's crushed up, because the way Nick shows it on his videos is that it's in like a pellet form and it's real soft to crush, which this is, but I think it might have been bashed around. You see there's like little pellets like that, but a lot of this is just powder at this point. But we'll get a close-up into the tank and we'll feed it some of these betta fry and it should take it, I think. So then, guys, here we are up at the betta tank. There's a few swimming around that you can see just in the back there. Try and get you a better look at these guys, but I'll try and drop it right on top so you guys can see. See these guys attacking it. You can just see some of the betta fish there. Like I say, it does come, it's supposed to come in a bit of a pellet form, I think, but it's more of a powder, this. I'm just dropping it dead center there, middle of camera, so you should see some of the betta fish going for it. And it's just like snowing Bug Buffet at this point. If I just zoom back, I've literally, this stuff goes absolutely everywhere. I've literally put a pinch in, and you can see it just sort of dissolving down in the water there. And the bettas are they're actually going for it, so it's difficult to get one betta when you've got about 50 in here. This is the issue when you breed fish. You end up with so many fish you can't actually get them on camera. You can see the betta fish there just chasing some down. They're sort of trying to break it up. I don't think they don't like it. They're just taking in the bigger chunks and then spitting out the smaller particles. But just zoom back out a little. You can see there's an absolute mountain of cherry shrimp in this tank as well, and they'll clean up all the rest. But as far as I can see at the moment, it's very slow sinking. It's a really light food, and these guys are going in for it sort of all over the tank. It's easier for me to see than to sort of to show on camera. I'll just try and get a whiz round on my tripod here and see if I can get a little bit of a better shot. You can see them all sort of going in there. Sorry if it's a little bit juddery. And the shrimp are actually going up for it as well. You see the shrimp are up in the water and they're sort of chasing it down. But yeah, it looks a good food. It does spread out massively. You really don't need a lot of that stuff. Like I said, I put a small pinch in, and these guys have gone wild for it. You can see them all over the tank. It does need a bit of a clean down. There's algae everywhere, and you know, there's shrimp sort of making good use of that algae. And you can see they're all sort of going in for it. We'll try it with the Dwarf Neon Rainbow, see what they think of it, because they're quite aggressive feeders. The better fish are a little bit slower. And also this is a bit of an update on how these guys are getting on. You can see that they're doing real well. They've been feeding on mainly on the brine shrimp and Akari First Bites. I have been giving them some flake as well to keep these guys going, but you can see them, they're just dotted around literally everywhere. I mean, some are blue, some are red. They've still got a little stripe thing going on, but they're doing really good. So we'll check out the Dwarf Neon Rainbows and see what they think of it. So here we are at the Dwarf Neon Rainbow tank. These are the fry that will be up for sale quite soon. Like I say, these guys are a bit more aggressive feeders, so I'll just sprinkle a tiny bit on the top. And you should see these guys, they'll go for it pretty heavy on this. You can see them all zipping in for a bit of that bug buffet action. And again, it just sort of, because it's such a slow sinking food, it gives the fish time, especially like the rainbow fish, to get to the food. And they're going absolutely crackers for it. You can see on the camera there, they're fair firing into that stuff, and they're like all over the top of the tank, and they're just going in for it. So try and get a bit of a closer shot for you. Again, they're doing the where they spit it out and break it down. I mean, as far as the fish going absolutely insane for it goes, it's definitely good for fry food, I know that. Sorry if the camera's a little bit wobbly, guys. Just got it on a small tripod just to get down to this tank, but they're definitely going in for the food. There's absolutely loads of these guys in here. I will say, if you're going to get this stuff off of Nick, feed very light. This packet will last absolutely ages. But yeah, they're going in. They look really healthy, these guys, and they're doing really well. Again, it's another tank that just needs a good clean down, and we'll be doing that today. So excuse my horrendous handwriting as well. It's just for the so I know what plants are in there mainly. But they're all along the top, these guys, and they're picking at it. We'll try it next door with the Lemur Perugiers as well, see what these guys think of it. So we've just got a breeding group of Lemur Perugiers. A bit of an update as well on this tank. I did notice we had some fry in here today, which is good. So we're starting to see fry in all the tanks. I'll see if I can get a shot of these guys. They like to hang out around the bottom. So obviously that's not a fry, but I think once I put some food in, it's real moldy, this tank. It needs a good vac out. I'm feeding really heavy with these guys because I'm trying to get them to breed a little bit. So I've been feeding them on the baby brine shrimp, as I always do with all my fish. You can just see a fry there at the bottom, I think. Maybe not. No, it's just look like a fry. It's just a little mark on the glass there. But we'll chuck some of this bug buffet in and see if we can get them to come out a little bit. We've got absolutely tons of floating plants on this one as well, so I'll just back the camera out a little, get some of this bug buffet in. Again, it'll just be a tiny little pinch because this stuff, from what I've seen just from them two tanks, it spreads absolutely everywhere. So just a little pinch across the top. Hopefully the airflow should push that around a little, and it'll get these fry active as well at the bottom because they'll want feeding. I can't actually see them at the moment. They could be hiding a little bit because the parents are above, but I've just got some rocks in there as well just to give them a little bit of cover so they can get away from the parents. With this live berry, because it's so small, I can just see one of the fry actually just down at the bottom there. So just zoom in down here. You can probably just see, there we go, there's one of the fry. I counted about 10 of these little guys. Like I say, it's real mulmy, so it needs a good clean out. But they're doing really good, even though the tank's disgusting. I've just got a couple of sponges in there as well that I'm just trying to condition for some tanks that I need to pick up. I'm going to get a few more of the breeding tanks and a couple more of the tanks just for grouts as well. But yeah, these guys are going for it. The bigger fish like the lemurs or the guppies are probably more likely to take this food, even though it sort of snows in the water. You can see they're not spitting it out. It's very hard to film these Lemur Perugias because they're so active. I mean, you see the male there, and that looks like there might be a random guppy in there. Yep. So the one with the black fin just there is the male, and he's super active, going in for all the food. And then the females are just over this side. But they're doing really well. Like I say, they're breeding in here now, so they must be happy. Water parameters are fine in all my tanks. I test that pretty much every 2 days, but they're doing really well. We'll try it with the black-tailed guppies just next door as well. Then we've done a review on a couple of fish at this point. Try and get some into this tank. These guppies are the black-tailed females and the snakeskin males. So it's just a little breeding group I've got in here as well. And hopefully these guys will be just as excited to see the bugwolf here. As far as the fish going for the food, they are really going for it, like nearly as much as if I put baby brine shrimp in the tank. You can see there that they're all at the top there, just absolutely fighting for it. So, I mean, as far as getting the fish to eat, it's it's a bit of a universal truth that these guys will go in for it. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's a very good food. If you are shipping it a long distance, like I say, it will turn into a bit of a powdered form. I'll try and get some light on that. I did have my my lights in here, I think. Yeah, so it does go into a bit of a powdered form. I know it's supposed to be a pellet, but you can see, I think that's with the shipping though. It will have been bashed around to death, you know, on the planes and stuff. You can just see the pellets there at the bottom. It's a very soft food. When you grab one of the pellets there and you pop it in, I'll just try and chuck a full pellet in there. These guys will eat it because they absolutely love to eat, but it sort of breaks down as it hits the water and then turns into like this sort of snow effect. You can see like the little particles are all over the place, and that's great for fry. As a fry food, the bug buffet, I mean, it's probably one of the best. It's on the way to sort of a curry, which is brilliant. So I think Nick's done a good job with this, and I would recommend it. It's good food. You can see for yourselves, you know, the fish are just absolutely darting around everywhere trying to get a little bit of that bug buffet into them. So yeah, really good food. And we'll move on from this anyway, guys, and we'll just check out some of the tanks. So here we have the green tiger barbs, as you can see. We've still got all of them. They're all doing really well. This was mainly to segregate them because there were new fish in the fish room. I'm going to get these guys into a bigger tank soon. They're all eating really well. They love the baby brine shrimp. And these guys are a nice variety of them as well, because I have had these previously where the bottom fins wasn't all orange. I'm not sure if that even determines like the sex or anything like that. But sometimes they'll come when they've got clear fins on the bottom, whereas these are they've all got the orange fins at the bottom there, and they're really nice green as well, like that emerald kind of green. So yeah, really nice fish. It's one that I've wanted for a long time. I've just never really got around to getting him because the tanks that I had were all sort of community tanks that were planted, and I did hear stories about the tiger barbs being very nippy and things, so I didn't want to get them, and they were sort of chasing my other fish around and causing havoc. So they're doing really well. So moving down the line, we've got the panda corridors, and I've made this sort of a bit of a rustic type of deal. So we've got the Indian almond leaf in, put some wood in just for cover mainly because these guys are still really small. Sorry if you're getting a little bit of glare off the tanks just next to us, guys, and the buzzing from the air pump, but you can just see we've got the pandas there, and these are going to be a breeding colony once they get old enough. You can still see they're very small, but they're doing okay. And these guys will absolutely love the bug buffet, so we'll test that out on them. Yeah, as you can see, we've got an assortment of guppies, and these guys have let some fry off. You probably won't be able to see them in a minute because of all the food, but you'll see they're darting around at the back there. Just sort of get a bit of a view of them there. So there's fry in this tank, which is nice. We've got them breeding. And this is just a bit of a random guppy tank. I like to have that Skittles effect to guppies sometimes as well. And these guys sell pretty well to the shop, so we like to do a few of these. You can see them up here. The Buzzmans, these aren't in here no more. These have gone into the big tank now. I found out that I had all males, so I changed them up and put them into the big tank. But yeah, that's the left-hand rack, so that's all the fish on here. We've still got the ghost knife in the end we need to get a bigger tank for, and then we'll switch on to the other side. So now we're here with the big boys. Ghost and Phantom, my little channel mascots. There's Phantom looking particularly miserable today, to be honest. He's usually alright as well. It's usually Ghost, that's the miserable one. But these guys definitely won't eat the bug buffet. For these guys I use the Akari sinking pellets. So this stuff, it's really good. I usually use this, or I use the floating variety. So when you can get in the bag, Dave, it's always worse on camera. Cameras everywhere. So we'll chuck some of this stuff in for these guys. You see Phantom there, and Ghost, sorry. They'll go in for it. A couple of these Malawis as well. Sorry about the glare on this tank. I've got the lights on behind me, so there's going to be a bit of glare. You see, they all get a bit of that. I don't feed too heavy in this tank because the waste is horrendous. It just means I have to change the water like 6 times a week. But yeah, they're doing really good. Ghost just spitting his food out. And there's Phantom. There's the baby Oscar. Little baby. And he's looking pretty cool. He's a bit knocked up actually. I think it's about time I got these ornaments out of here now. And got some substrate in, so we'll do that probably at the weekend when I've got a bit of spare time. Fortunately I can't do much during the week, so I'm always real busy. What's up, Phantom? You look moody today, mate. Yeah, he's not a happy chappy today. I don't think he wants to be on camera. And then we've got Ghost, who just scoffs everything they can find in the tank. And then just down below we have the breeding trays, or whatever you like to call them, the freezer organisers or fridge organisers, whatever. I've got the air turned down so you guys can hear what I'm saying. Usually it looks like this. So we have the little bubbles going. So we have the blue rainbows hatching out. I've tried it in meth blue, it's not working, so I'm going to take the meth blue out and go back to this. This is how I've always hatched them. We've got the dwarf neon rainbow fry in this one. There's none at the moment. I've been pulling them out and putting them down here, but you can never get a good shot of this tank because the lights are right above it and the glare's horrendous. But take my word for it, there is rainbow fish fry in here. I can't see them right now. We've got the air going a little wild in this one actually. Let's see if we can get a shot of him. Sorry for the absolutely nuts camera angles, guys. I'm just trying to get you guys a nice little peek at the blue rainbow fry, which doesn't seem to be happening right now. There's some, they're just at the back there. I can see them with my eyes, but on camera, there we go, there we go, there we go. So you can just see them darting around. And these are blue neon rainbow fry. I've just got them in this like little plastic tank thing for now until they get a little bit older. Then I'll be moving them to a big glass tank then to grow out for a little bit. So yeah, that's the fish room done, guys. Just pop the light back on here. I've got to turn them off, otherwise I get some serious glare going on. And then, oops, we don't want it red. Oh dear, we're going through the full rainbow now. There we go. So that's the fish room, guys. We just need to top up this tank and we'll check out the rainbow tank. So here we are, guys, we're back at the rainbow tank. So this is one that's in my house. This tank's actually inspired from a channel that I watch quite regular. It's Lush and Salty Aquariums. He's got a rainbow tank on there that's absolutely awesome. And that was the inspiration for doing my own rainbow tank. So basically what I've got here is a 450 litre, it's going to be a planted tank. I've got the lilies coming up and the lily pads at the top there. And obviously you can probably see as we speak here now, we've got some Bozeman eyes. There's 5 male Bozeman eyes in here. We've got some odd random guppies that have just sort of landed in this tank. Free spot rasbora, some more guppies there. We've got a load of plecos. There's a pair of crebensis down the bottom there. And the plants that we've got in here, there's quite a variety, to be honest. There's no sort of continents or all like that. We've got the little anubias that's sort of coming back after the house move. Water wisteria. We've got some Alodia, oh no, sorry, not Alodia, Liliopsis siciliflora. Sorry for the glare, guys, we're just in my conservatory at the moment. We've got the big giant violet at the back, obviously the aquarium lily. We've got some sword plants, some other bits and bats at the back. But the idea is to do a big scape on this tank in the near future, so that'll be coming up pretty soon. I'm going to plant it all out, make like a sand bank around this area, loads more wood and loads more plants. I'm just going to be filling up this with tons and tons of plants. So I'm going to leave this video here this week, guys. I should be posting a video next week. Thank you all for sort of staying with me on the channel. I know some of the editing were a bit rough at the beginning. Thanks to all the new subscribers and old. I just want to say a big thank you, and thanks for all the messages that people have been sending me as well. I read all the comments and try and reply as fast as I can. If there's aught that you see on my videos that you want to know more about, just drop a comment in the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But for now, guys, have a great weekend and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.